Hello friends, Jai Shri Ram. You must have seen part 1 of my mean stack video in which I showed you how to develop the service and the UI. This is part 2 of the same mean stack tutorial, and in this video we are going to deploy the service and the UI. And I'm also going to introduce you to my brand new website, which is tutorials.shirasao.com. Currently it is not on because I have already deleted everything from my Hostinger platform. So my VPS is absolutely empty so that I can show you the deployment process right from scratch, and that's why it is not in the deployed state, but I can very easily get that deployed. Okay, so let's get started. When you go to this website, you will be able to see various tutorials on the landing page itself. You can select mean stack if you want. All these steps are mentioned, whatever I showed in part 1 of the video, and in the deployment state it says that for deployment please follow the steps mentioned in website hosting. Okay, and this is another tutorial. Okay, and here you get all the steps in a great amount of detail. I have given so many screenshots over here that there is no chance that you will fail in any way. Okay, and still if you have any doubts, I always answer to the first 100 comments on every single video. Okay, now for your convenience and just to demonstrate that this tutorial is really good, I have deleted my Git repos for service and UI, and I'll recreate them right from scratch. MongoDB is there, but I have deleted all the content in it, so there are no records in it. All that I have done so far is created the organization, created the project, and created a cluster called as employee. Inside that, whatever sample collection was created, I deleted that, and this test creation also I deleted all the records in it. Okay, and what else in Hostinger? Let me check whether I have any domain, or I'll do one thing. I'll go to Hostinger. This is the landing page. Here I'll go to VPS, and if I can get past all that obstruction that Hostinger gives, I can go to OS panel, operating system, and I can literally reinstall the operating system. Means I'm formatting my machine, so all the data will be lost. Everything will be lost. Even only the domains will remain, because this is only regarding VPS. Domains are managed separately in the DNS server. But everything, all my data will be lost, all my settings will be lost, my Node.js, Java, Jenkins, everything will be lost. Password, let me remember what it was. Yeah, I think I gave the right password. Okay, now it is reinstalling. I'm flushing every little thing. Okay, let's start from the scratch using my tutorial. It is fantastic tutorial. Let me know if you want to change anything. Mean stack, and it will be a great revision for you also. Mean stack, what is the meaning? I've told you. Why is it popular? I told you. Machine setup, I told you that install these software, copy the VS Code settings for my settings.json file, which I have given over here. So in the last video I told you how to make all these settings. Now I'm just telling you that copy this, go to your VS Code, go over here, go to profiles, and go to the settings profile over here, and this settings.json file will open. I'll close all these windows so that it shows up well. And here this is where all the settings are there. You can delete all this and make it a blank JSON. So that means these are the default settings of VS Code. If you want my settings, just copy this from here and you paste it over here. Got it? It's that simple. All my settings have come. I have improved my settings a little now. Instead of white color over here, the border color is made very subtle and it goes with the theme. Similarly, if there are two windows, let me open any other window, any other thing in a window, and let me split window. So this split window border also I have made it some other color than white, so it looks better, it goes with this theme. Okay, so all this I have done. Then next thing that you can do is, you can collapse all these steps once you're done. This is Postman collections. So Postman collections we made on our own in the last video, I told you that. But in this video, let us make them from scratch by using JSON files which I have allowed you to download. So these are my collections, you can download them directly. So what I'll do is I'll open Postman. Yeah, here I'm using desktop version of Postman. In the last video I used VS Code uh, attachment or plugin or extension, whatever they call it, and that is having a little less features as compared to the full-blown desktop version. For example, this full-blown desktop version allows you to go to any collection and export it. So I can go over here and I can export it as a JSON file. So I've exported both these collections as JSON files, and I have given it to you on my website. Now you can download it from the website. Okay, I'll tell you how it works. I'll delete this thing. This import export is not provided by the plugin version. It is provided only by this desktop version of Postman. So let me delete my existing collections and let me create them from my website. So I'm that confident on it. Okay, now I go to before importing I'll have to download these. So I'll download this maybe on the desktop. Okay, let's call it as localhost collection.json, and this one let us call it as deployment localhost or deployment Postman collection. Okay, done. Now I'll go to Postman and I'll simply import them just to demonstrate that they work fantastically. Files, I'll go to desktop, I'll select both of them in one go. That's also possible. I'll just upload them. See, there is no import error. You can upload them very easily, and this is these are all the API calls that I had saved. Okay, every little thing along with the body, everything is with you. Okay, and for the local host, the URL will change to localhost. Okay, rest everything is the same. You will still have body and everything. Yeah, I have added one more thing for filter criteria. Let us say you want to filter the employees, so you can send those filters either using request parameter or query parameters. Request parameter means anything that comes after the domain name is called as a request parameter. So the ID and name are request parameters here, and after that there is a question mark. So anything that comes after the question mark is called as a query parameter. Query parameters you can find in the headers as well, in the params as well. Excuse me. Here you will see the query parameter. So query parameters here are age and is graduate. So basically, if you want to filter the employees, or if you want to get only a few employees matching a certain filter criteria, then normally filters are sent either as request parameters or query parameters. Mostly as query parameters only. Okay, so just for that I have created that as well. This is just for advanced users, but rest all of you can use rest of them. Okay, so that is done. Let's go next. So that is how fast this tutorial is going to be. Then project overview. I told you that there should be two projects, EMS Shirasao.com, which is our UI project, which is a Angular website, and another website is the service side website, which is the API, which is ems-api.shirasao.com. Both these are websites. Both of them will be deployed on Hostinger. Okay, and both of them will be accessible to the rest of the world. Anyone can access it. Okay, but the catch over here is that this one, the service website, is Node.js website, and this one is a static HTML website. Okay, rest everything is just the same. They are both accessible to everybody. Both are even hosted on the same VPS, that is virtual private server. Everything is the same. Okay, then service side code. Okay, let us start it right away. So you can copy all the code right from here. Like I'll create a folder by this name. Just keep following whatever I'm saying, and you will have created that project in no time. I'll delete this. Okay, here I'll create one folder. Let us call it as ems.shirasao.com. ems-api.shirasao.com, because this is our service. Now inside, if I go, I can open terminal, and inside that I'll say npm npm init If you forget the commands, then please go to my tutorial. Here you can copy the commands and see it tells you where to execute it. So it's in the terminal at the root level folder, that is this folder. So I'm executing it. You can answer a few questions and then it will create package.json file. They can install node monster as a dev dependency, and then we can also use pm2 because in the deployment environment we are going to use pm2. So just follow the instructions as they are. So in this, I'm just answering the questions. Okay, done. Here I'll quickly go to, or I'll open this in VS Code. So I'll do code dot the test query. If you want to change, you can change it. So this is the test query that it has given. If you want, you can change it. Then it told me what is the tutorial. It is saying that install node monster as a dev dependency. I'll copy this. I'll go to the terminal. I'll paste it. Okay, it got installed as a dev dependency. Then I'll be installing this pm2 as a dependency. So basically it is just advanced open source process manager for Node.js applications. Primarily it is used in production environments. So on the deployment server we are not going to say node index.js, we are going to say pm2 restart index.js if you have not already started it. Okay, I think it is installed as a dependency. Very good. What to do next? Add these npm scripts in package.json. So I'll just copy the scripts and I'll replace this scripts with those scripts, give a comma over there. Done. So when you have to run locally, you'll be running it using node monster, and when you have to build it, then you are going to say that, take the fully qualified path of pm2 and then install it. So here either you do it this way, or even if you don't give it, then also it should be okay. Okay, it should be okay. Now let's go ahead, and here you have to give the name that this thing will be called as ems-api.shirasao.com. So the name of the application that is being worked upon is actually this server, right? Okay, now complete package.json also I have provided. See, this is without pm2, so both of them should work for you. Create index.js file in the content. So let me just create this file, index.js. Here you can type a lot of things. So here it is telling that, okay, how do you run it, then how do you run it using node monster. It can also be run like this. Okay, fine. So I'll just show this to you once. Okay, so it is running. If you change anything over here, like instead of exclamation mark, if I put a dot, then it's all okay, fine, great, it's running nicely. Now on the deployment server, what we are going to do is we are going to run it using pm2. Here also this is not required actually, so you can remove it. And besides, in the Jenkins file I have globally installed pm2, so this is not at all required. In the dependency folder, so I'll remove it from the tutorial just to avoid the confusion. I'll remove this from above as well as over here, okay, at both the places. Then in the deployment folder on the deployment machine, you will be running either this thing using pm2 or using simple npm command which is built, in which you will be mentioning exactly that thing. So here you are anyways asking pm2 to restart or pm2 to start. Okay, done. So done. Now CRUD operations using node.js, so I don't need it. I'll be using express.js directly. So I'll go here, I'll say install, I'll create another terminal installing it, then I'll go to index, I'll replace, or maybe it is okay, I can start copying the code from here. So do this, then you create an app that is API, then you create these things. Okay, I've told you what all these things are going to do. So they are going to allow JSON. They are going to allow web forms in the URL encoded format. Okay, so this is middleware. And then finally you are asking the app to listen to a certain port. Okay, now here you are going to add the API calls. Okay, and here what you are going to add is, this is called as middleware. Okay, done. Now the API calls are also given. You can copy and paste them if you want, and you can test them also. So all this you can do. I won't do it. I'll directly copy the API calls given for MongoDB. So for MongoDB, what we are going to do, first of all, create that MongoDB database. I've already done it because this is fairly easy. There was nothing big about it. All the screenshots are shared here. Creating an organization first, selecting Mongo Atlas. Here inside the organization, you will be creating a project. That is also very simple. Then inside the project, you will be creating a cluster. Take free subscription. What all to select, I have given everything. What all these things mean, that also I have given in a great amount of detail. And then finally this option has to be selected. As you know, this is the I have to select what is the connection string. That I'll have to check once, because by the time I took the screenshots, this must be the old one. Now I created a new one. So let me just go to my cluster. I'll go to clusters overview. Here you will see this connect button. Either you do it this way, or you can directly click here. So you see the cluster like this. Here also there is a connect button. So wherever you see the connect button, just click on it, and then of course you click on this button, and there you see that URL. So what is my DB password? Now here it is not showing me that a radio button which I showed you in part 1 video. So I'll tell you where to get that database password from. So I'll just copy this for the time being, and I'm going to paste it somewhere in my text editor, any text editor. Now here what I'm going to do is, I need to find out what is the DB ID. So DB password. So I go to database access, and here if I don't remember it, then I'll just edit it, and I can edit the password. I say edit password, and I get this a place where I can do that. So let us name it as, I'll show it to you. Let us name it as MongoDB password, something like that. You can of course give a more complicated password if you like. So this is my MongoDB password. Okay, done. So just copy all these things, and that's it. You just have to update the user. So this is the new password that I've given. Fine. We are deploying local. Okay, it should give me the message that yeah, the password has changed. We are deploying the changes current. Okay, whatever it is. Okay, it should be giving me, but I don't know whether it gives or not. Now next, what do you do next? This sample data will be created and done. MongoDB database creation is done. CRUD operations using MongoDB. So just include these things. So first of all, you install Mongoose. I am doing it. I can go this fast also, but the reason I went slow the last time was because the concept should be clarified. So I took 4 hours to explain all that. Now see, I will complete this in 10-20 minutes. Install MongoDB. Yeah, this is done. Now I'll go here. I'll just say const mongoose is equal to mongoose. Then I'll say what should be the password and what should be the connection string. So obviously when I took the screenshot, the password was different. Now I'll replace it with my password, which is MongoDB password. I'll copy this, I'll paste it here. Rest of it will also be different because I created the cluster again. So cluster ID is also different. Username I gave the same, so username will be the same, but still no, username is also different. I'll do one thing, I'll copy the whole thing again. Okay, and I'll paste it in this way. I'll tell you what, you paste this thing and you cut this part, you delete the database part. Okay, so basically you just have to give the database there. Okay, done. Alternatively, you can directly replace it in your text editor. Here itself you replace this thing with your actual database password, and you copy that and put it into this variable. Anything will do. Okay, done. Now next thing is, yeah, Express.js would listen to 3000 after the DB connection is made. So you copy this and you replace this with that. Okay, so Mongoose code, what it says is, first of all, you connect to, this is not MongoDB connected, it should be MongoDB cluster called employee is connected. Okay, done. And here you get Express.js server is listening on so and so port. Okay, now it is listening to the actual thing wherever, uh, see, now this server is going to be deployed on this website, right? So you'll be giving this website's URL, but when you run it locally, it is localhost colon 3000. Okay, now schema and model, how do you do it? I'll just copy this, I'll paste it over here before the API calls. Now I will write the API calls one by one. So all these calls are given nicely. I'll do one thing, I'll create a region for these API calls like I did in the last video as well. Or did I do it? I don't remember. But you can create a region like this. You can end that region. You have to end it with the same name. And now whatever you write between them, this can be collapsed. Okay, it's a very good practice to write all your API calls inside region. Here you say post call, then you say get all employees, get one employee by ID, put means fully modify an employee by giving its ID, partially modify an employee by giving its ID, and delete the employee. Done. This step is also done. Now running the service locally, so that is also very simple. You just have to say npm run locally. But did I give this command over here? Let me check once. Yeah, node monster index.js. Okay, so this will be run. So npm run locally. Okay, so it is running, and it is giving me that I have started executing this particular command. I have saved this file, right? Yeah, okay, but then why is it not showing these console outs? I'll kill the terminal, I'll start it again. I'll start it nicely. Let me check the command properly. I'll just copy this. Okay, I'll say npm run that command. Okay, it is running. Now if there is any change, it will be loaded, but in this index.js file, I said, what all did we say? Let us see that. Install Mongoose. Is Mongoose installed? Let me check that. Yeah, Mongoose is installed. Is Express installed? Yeah, it is installed. Okay, fine. Then this is done. Then middleware is also given the password. Is it correct? Yeah, it is correct. MongoDB password is MongoDB password. Very good. And what else? It is a string. Perfect. Okay, this is the latest one, right? Latest ID. Let me check. Yeah, it is BRPEWDM. Yeah, it is the latest one. Then middleware is also correct. Schema generation, yeah, name, age and is graduate, string, number and boolean respectively, yeah, correct. Model was created, perfect. Name of the cluster is employee only. Let me check that. Yeah, name is employee only, and all these things I think they are working fine. Okay, app.post, app.get, put a patch, delete, and finally mongoose.connect. This string, fine, I think everything is correct. Console, okay, so this console output should have come. Yeah, it is giving some exception and that's why it broke. Okay, my bad. So what is the exception? Let us go through that. The first time it failed, it said ah. So the first time it failed, it said that could not connect to any servers on the Mongoose or MongoDB Atlas cluster. One common reason is that, yeah, so this IP is not whitelisted. So what you can do is you can go over here and you can go to network access and you can whitelist the MongoDB IP. Sorry, your PC's IP for MongoDB. So add my current IP, that's also a button. It is done. Now, if you reload it, then it should just work. It is restarting, let it connect. Yeah, it is connected. Okay, done. Now this step you might say that okay, it is not part of the tutorial and you did it. See, this is also part of tutorial. I'll show you. Run it locally is shown. After that, course issue to be fixed, Jenkins file, git server, everything is given. In the deployment, I have said that see, if anything goes wrong, in the deployment one means it will navigate you to this one. Here I have said it very explicitly that if you see any kind of a error, then mostly the reasons are these reasons. Okay, so this is how you can check nginx config or nginx logs, and then pm2 logs means your applications log, and mostly it is all about whitelisting the vps ip in mongodb atlas. How to do it, I have given you the steps here. Okay, so if you go through the entire tutorial, there's no point that you're missing it. Okay, done. So your service is done till running it locally. You can test it locally also now. Just a minute. This is my local host. Let me check. First of all, let me create a couple of employees. I'll go to post body. Amit Shirasao is created. Let me create my brother also. See, when it is created and ID is allocated, that means it is created in the database. Nitin. Okay, this is my brother. Now my mother. And my father. Okay, so I've created all of them like my like the employees in a certain company. Now what do? We go over here and we check whether all this data is there or not. So is that working or not? I'll go and browse collections. Here you will see this employees. Here you will load it and you see that 4 employees are created. I know the font is really low, but MongoDB shows so many rest of the faltu things that I cannot zoom the real thing. That is the whole problem of MongoDB. I cannot do anything about it. Can I open these filters separately? No, I cannot. So yeah, that is a problem with MongoDB. If you have any solution, do let me know. But otherwise, you have to squint your eyes and check that this is Amit Shirasao, Nitin Shirasao, Meena Shirasao, and Sudhir Shirasao. See, MongoDB Atlas is a pathetic application, I know that. But MongoDB is the only database which is JSON based and which works okay with our mean stack. Okay, let's go ahead. Let me try other things. Get all employees. Do I get it? Yeah, correct. I'm getting how many employees? All 4 of them. Great. Get an employee by ID. So let me get ID of, let us say, my mother. I'll copy this ID. I'll paste it over here. Yeah, I get my mother by get employee by ID. Now get employee by filter criteria. So let's say I give ID. I give let's say the name as well. So let us say that I give the name of my mother over here. Even if you have a space over here, while going it will convert it to %20. Okay, so it will encode it. Then age is 60. So these are all the filter criteria. So in all these filter criteria, who is the one who matches? It's only my mother who will match in this case. So in this case, I should be able to get my, yeah, we haven't implemented, my bad, we haven't implemented that thing. I mean, we implemented get call, put call, post call, whatever, but we did not implement that uh, get by filter. So basically this thing, it should be implemented like this, by the way. If you are interested, I can do it right away. It'll see, let us code also on a little, so little we will code also. So let us say this is get get by filter. So it will be basically get pass id, request params, and query params. So that's what we're going to do. Request parameter number one is going to be the id. Then number two is going to be the name. So I'll name it as name. Oh yeah, sorry. I'll name it like this as name. And then it will have some query parameters. Okay. So you will get the id like this, and you will get the name like this. Okay, so filter by, you can filter it by id, and then once again you can filter it by name. So you can filter it by a lot of criteria. And then query parameters, how do you get it? You get it like this. Let uh, query parameters, let us say, are age and is graduate, and you will get it from request dot query. Okay, so this gives you the query parameters. Okay, I'll just I won't write it here at the moment. I won't write it. Let me just comment it, but let me return something to you, which is okay. The JSON that I'm going to send you, let that have ID, which is whatever ID I capture, name, which is whichever name I capture, age, which is whichever age I capture, and is graduate, which is whichever is graduate I capture. Okay, let us see that now. Let us see whether I get all these things in the response. So here, filter criteria, I say, see, I get the ID, name, age. What is graduate? What is problem here? There should not be a problem here. I'll just call it something different, like graduation. Okay, I don't know what is wrong with graduation. Oh yeah, did I pass it? Is graduate, G should be capital, na? Yeah, my bad. G should be capital. Here did I pass? Oh yeah, sorry, my bad. Is graduate, and here, chalo. Now it should work. Is graduate is not defined. Okay, let me call it something nice, which is just grad, and then you have to give here grad and here grad. Rest should be fine. Okay, you get it. Now what you do out of it is, let me ask AI, I don't remember now, how to filter. I'm okay, this, I'll just copy this part. I'll say Gemini. I'll say this is my Express.js get by filter call. Filters are passed using request params and query params. Excuse me. Okay, now how do I ask? Okay, now there is this model that I've created, so I'll do this as well. And I'll tell it about this as well. Chalo. So basically I told it that I'm using Express, and this is the app, and this is the model in which is created out of that schema, and this is the call that I want to give. So how do I filter? How do I filter the employees based on the criteria captured in request and query parameters? Okay, let it answer. It calculates everything, it answers me very quickly that you get all of them like this. Okay, yeah, request parameters also I could have got like this only, nicely. Okay, now here filter by so filter is an object. Now if ID is there, then you add something to that, and then you get that object, and then you pass it like that. Okay, it's that simple. Okay, then so I'll just say, I'll just take this thing, I'll just take this code and I'll put it in my code. Okay, and I'm just going to write here that this should be my filter, right? So my filter was, oh yeah, it was just like that only, no? So my filter has to be just like this. So I'll call this as let filter be equal to this thing, and then I'm just going to say employee model dot find. Here I'll say filter. That's it. It should work. It should return the employee, which is my mother. It doesn't give me. Okay, age is 60, which is correct. Meena Shirasao is also correct. Employee ID, did I give the right one? Okay, so it does work, don't worry. Here for the time being, I'm just passing name, I'm leaving everything else. Okay, name is there, and wait a minute, um, yeah, I'll remove this and this. Let's just focus only on name at the moment. Yeah, I got that employee, right? Now similarly, if I add age and graduation, and so age and graduation, let me check. Yeah, still I'm getting her. ID must be wrong, yeah. Let us check this out. For my mother, ID is this, right? I'll pass that. Okay, and let me just uncomment the ID part also now. I think there is something about object ID, so let me still check whether this works. Yeah, this is working. See, object ID thing is taken care by Mongoose. You don't have to do anything. So that's the beauty of Mongoose, So okay, I'll give you this code also, and I'll keep it in the tutorial as well. And for my notes, whatever I have to update to the tutorials, I will keep a note of it somewhere, to be okay. I'll keep it in all my code. So I want this thing in Mongoose, or this thing, I want this in ems api.shirasao.com index.js file. Okay, and I also want uh, package.json, build script, remove node modules dot bin dot pm2. Okay, it should be just pm2. I'll make both these changes in the tutorials, don't worry. Then what? I think we are uh, towards the end of service development. How much did I develop? Yeah, this thing is done. CRUD calls are done. Running it locally is done. Now resolving the CORS issue, very simple. You just copy this, install CORS. So I go to another terminal. I just say install CORS. Is it installed as a dependency? Yeah, it is. Now I go here. I first copy this part. Yeah, you can copy like this also if you want. You copy this part. You go to the top. You paste it over here. And in the middleware, you are going to paste this part. Okay, done. Okay, this is done. Jenkins file for the server. So create a Jenkins file at the root level. Now this is what you did not see in the last video, but for deployment Jenkins file is needed. It gives the steps that your Jenkins pipeline will be having. Okay, J is capital, rest everything is small, no hyphen, no full stop, nothing. Okay, paste it, done. So in this file, what are we going to do? So here it says pipeline can use any agent, skip default checkout equal to true. Means what? That whatever, I don't know what this is, let me check. Then Node.js version that I'm going to use, I think it will be latest after this. It should be 24.7, sorry, .8.0, because there's the latest version, I've checked that. But you keep whatever you want, okay? Stages. Here it cleans it, means the git repo is cleaned, so that if there is any old git repo that due to it, what happens is if you don't clean it, then new changes don't get reflected. So now they will get reflected. Then you check out. So checkout means what? That you're asking SSM to check out. SSM means source control manager. Here the source control manager is git, and the git repo is also given. So this git repo will be cloned afresh. And then build and deploy. So here what you're doing is, this is my deployment folder, htdocs, my website name. So whatever is inside this folder, that will be my website. So first of all, I'm flushing everything inside that folder. Remove means delete everything. This is -r means recursively, -f means forcibly, and then copy the contents of whatever is there in my here actually whatever my git repository got cloned, that data will be there inside this. So you copy all that content into my deployment folder. Okay, and then I'm going to go to my deployment folder, and then I'm going to say npm install. See here, I'm globally installing in pm2, and that's why I do not require fully qualified path over here. Okay, so it should be pm2 only, and not node modules.bin or /pm2. It's not needed. And then I'm running this npm command build, which I have just shown you. This build command is going to be executed. Okay, so since we are anyways installing it globally, there is no need to give any fully qualified path. It will get it. Okay, so this is your Jenkins file. I saved it. This much part, if you want, let me initialize the repo. Yeah, that is the next step actually. This is done. Close it. Next step is git server. So write git ignore, initialize the repo, and you commit everything. I told you that this is the local repo. You commit, you publish it. There are so many buttons given for publishing, and finally you publish it as a public repo or a private repo. It depends upon you. And then you notice that, see, I even told you what is graph. Here you will see in blue whatever you see, that is your local repo. In violet whatever you see, that is your cloud repo, and cloud symbol is also made over there. So both of them are at the same level, that means they are synchronized. Okay, you can go click this button and you'll see that all these files are there on the cloud git repo. And I've kept this cloud git repo publicly available for your reference. Actually, let me create it and then this hyperlink will still work. I'll show you that. I don't have that repo at the moment, but it will be created with the same name, so this hyperlink is going to work. Okay, so what I'm going to add is git ignore. So dot git ignore. Here I'll have node modules package log.json. Done. Now what, I'll go here, I'll see only 4 changes. I'll say this is my completed coding for service or server or whatever you call it. Okay, done. I'm publishing it as a public repository so that you can also use it. And here if you see, now that repo will get created with the same name. Okay, see, it's the same name, ems.api.shirasao.com, and that hyperlink will also work. So this hyperlink, if I click on it, yeah, this hyperlink, wait a minute, I'll mention that. This I have to change. Hyperlink links for the git repos should be target blank. Okay, I'll do that. Okay, I'll do all these changes. So then it will open in a separate tab. Chalo, but you get it, right? It's the same repo, and the last commit was this only 1 minute ago. As you can see, the commit happened 1 minute ago. Okay, so this is that repo only. Okay, so I'm here, my service side coding is complete. You will see that my service side coding is complete. Now Angular UI project. Angular UI project is also very simple. Just copy this, make it anywhere where you like. So I'll go to my desktop again, and here I'll give that command. Oh yeah, Angular CLI has to be installed globally, so it's already installed. I didn't need to do it, but come on, now it's working. I don't like to break the command in between. Now in the terminal, in the folder where you want to create the Angular project, you just copy this and run this command. So that will create your Angular project. Okay, it is creating the Angular project. So obviously you'll select all these options to whatever you want. Yeah, done. Okay, once this is done, then you have to install Bootstrap. So this has to be done. So this is at the root level folder of your project. So let me go into that root level folder. Okay, that is great. And now I'll go into that folder, which is cd ems.shirasao.com, and here I will run this thing npm install bootstrap. Okay, this is done. Then I'm going to say that add a reference in the node modules. Yeah, I know that. So for that, I'll open this in the VS Code. So I'll close the service thing. Yeah, this is the service. I'll close this. Okay. So now what? And don't show me all these recommendations. So I'll say don't show again. Close all these things. Yeah. So the first thing we do is we go to the node modules and check where is that bootstrap. So just start typing, you'll get it at the bottom. This is Bootstrap. Now here in the dist folder there is CSS, and this is that Bootstrap min CSS. I'm copying it, means I'm copying the relative path, and I'll go to angular.json. I'll paste it in these styles. Yeah, Bootstrap can be pasted before your style, because whichever style sheet you paste later, that will replace the previous style sheet. So suppose there is a conflict between your style and Bootstrap style, then your style sheet should take precedence. So keep your style sheet after Bootstrap's style sheet. Whichever is after, that replaces whichever is before. Okay, now I am replacing all the backslashes with forward slashes. Throughout the file there are only these 4 instances. Okay, done. Now I'll tell you a trick. You just copy this thing, and in the script also you paste the same thing, just by replacing CSS with JS. Okay, just replace CSS by JS. Okay, done. Saving it so that it refactors. Okay, this much is done. This should be your folder structure. This is already there. This is also already there. Interfaces I'll have to create. Service I'll have to create one service. Okay. Then what? Git ignore. Yeah, I have it. Angular JSON I already have it. Jenkins. No, git ignore. Yeah, I must be having it. Angular CLI makes it when it creates a project. Jenkins file I'll have to create. Package.json I already have it. Now create employee interface. So just go here and create it. So it will be created in dot means by default it gets created in app folder. Now I am getting out of it, so it will be in source folder. Inside source folder it will first create interfaces, inside that it will create it. So it will first create interfaces, inside that it will create iEmployee. In iEmployee you have to paste this code. So let's do that. Let us keep watching this so that where it creates I'll come to know. So currently it will create it inside app. Okay, so I'll have to say first get out of it, then you say interfaces, and then you say iEmployee. So see, it created interfaces, then iEmployee. Okay, done. Now similarly, yeah, you copy this code and you paste it in this iEmployee. Okay, done. Then yeah, which file you have to paste it in, all that is also given over here. So the header of this copy snippet tells you where you have to paste it. Yeah, create iEmployee API run. So this will be the API response. Instead of return it should be response, but it's okay, no problem. You copy this, you paste it, so another interface gets created just over here. Okay, and I'm using this text into it. Okay, so now I have said that iEmployee should be returning, the service should be returning a message and data can be of the type either a single employee or an array of employees. Actually this null check is not needed, because the way we have written the service, we are always returning something in data. We have never kept that data blank. Let me go and confirm that. So let me open the service again. Let me check my index.js. Here you will see in every call, like this is my post call, I am returning something. Here also I am returning something. So I am always returning something, right? So let me tell you what I am returning. So in my post call, I am returning the new employee that got created. Okay, so no, 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 no. It's not needed to do it that way. I'll tell you what. Here you will be returning something, right? Or a new employee created in the database, so that it will be returned to me, and I'll just be returning that. Okay, I'll make a note of it. Uh, this notepad is so white, I cannot differentiate sometimes of the text. In service, update the get call. Okay, and get call should be like this. Sorry, post call. I'll do this change, no problem. Then here, when you say get, then it gets all employees that is getting returned. When you say get uh, one employee by ID, then this employee I'm returning. Then whatever by the filter, whatever it is returning, those employees. Okay, so I'll say here employees as per filter. Okay, those will be returned. So this filter thing I had already written above. I'll delete this from here. I'll put it here. Okay, done. Then here you will see that it's a put call. I have given new equal to true. So this thing that is returned is actually the updated employee, and we are returning it in the data. Similarly here also in patch call also I've said new equal to true. So this is actually the new updated employee and it is returned. And in delete also I'm saying this is the deleted employee and it is being returned. Deleted employee is also returned along with the ID which it had once upon a time and the version that it had once upon a time. Okay, so done, this is done. Next what? So I'll close it again, I don't require it. Done. Now coming to the UI. So here this null is actually not needed. Okay, I'll delete it. I'll add this also that there are so many windows I get confused and all of them are white in color, so it's difficult to find it. So UI changes are here. UI changes are here. Okay, and this is in I employee. Okay, chalo, this is done. Next, provide. Now provide HTTP client in app config file. So what we are going to do is we are going to go in app config file. I'll tell you why. Because this is a standalone component. App component is a standalone component, so it does not have a module. So normally we would add HTTP module in app module, but we don't have it in this case, so we'll be adding it over here like this. We'll be saying provide HTTP client as a method. Means we are going to use it as a method. Where is my tutorial? Here it is. we are going to create the employee service. So let me copy this and let me create the employee service. Okay, so employee service got created. Just like interfaces, there is also created in source folder only. Great. So here what are we going to do? So let me copy this code, I'll paste it. So here basically we have injected the HTTP client, and for every get request, every API call, we are using that HTTP client, and we are saying get, post, put, patch, whatever. Patch we are not using, but put and delete. Okay, done. Now here we are using the data type iEmployee API return. Okay, chalo. Now I have also kept these two things. So for running it locally, you will be using this URL, and for running it, uh, you know, for deployment build, you will be commenting the upper line and uncommenting the lower line. Okay, so in the deployment environment, you will be using it with HTTPS because SSL certificate will be installed, and here in the local build, local host, there is never an SSL certificate, so here you have to use HTTP. Okay, done. Next, what? Consume employee service in the API component. So I'll copy this, I'll go to the API, app component, and I'll replace it with this code. So what have we done here? We have injected that service. Okay, you can also inject it in the old fashioned way by injecting it using the constructor. So dependencies are injected like this only normally. Okay, then you are saying that employee is a signal of iEmployee array, and how are you populating it? So you're populating it like this. Okay, so here I have given a great amount of detail that a null situation is not going to occur in our case, but still I've given this iEmployee API return is dot data. One of the types in it is this also. I'll tell you what, one of the types in it was null, and that was not needed actually. So I'll do one thing, remove this comment, I'll say. app.ts file, remove this comment. Chalo, done. After that, the HTML also has to be updated. HTML has to be replaced by this HTML, where there is a table and all these buttons, and buttons are calling those handlers which are given in the TS files. We have just defined them. Okay, chalo. Then what? Add these npm scripts to the package.json file. I'm just copying it. I'm adding it to my package.json file. I'll replace these scripts by that script. Done. So when we are running locally, we are just saying ngserve o means build it and deploy it on the local development server and open it in the default browser. And when we say build, this command will be used by the Jenkins pipeline, so it is going to do ng build. So in Angular 20, the latest one, default build is always a production build. So you don't have to say ng build -- prod. It is by default prod. If you have to make a development build, then you have to give ng build -- dev. Okay, so this is a production build only. Complete package.json is also given to you for your reference if you want. And now the UI Jenkins file. So here also this version will be updated. I'll copy this. I'll go to the Jenkins file. Yeah, I don't have one. So that's why I said add a Jenkins file at the root level. So at the root level, I'll create a Jenkins file. I'll paste this content Okay, and this Node.js tool, the latest version is actually 24.8, but this is not a mistake, so I won't correct it in my tutorial. At that time, that was the latest version a couple of days ago, I believe, and now it is this. Chalo, now git initialize the git repo, commit it, publish it. So this time I'm not giving any screenshots because you have seen the screenshots above, and to run locally this is how you do it. And I have kept this GitHub repository publicly available. So if I click this, then I don't get that repo at the moment because it does not exist, but let me create it and it will get generated very well. So I'm just saying git init, reinitialized. Okay, it was already there, and I'm saying initial commit, or you can say UI is fully developed. Okay, done. Public git repo. Let me re-verify whether all the code is committed in my service also. Yeah, there is no pending change, everything is committed. Oh wait a minute, there is something. Yeah, updated or made some corrections. Then what else? That's it. That variable change is not a big deal. Okay, everything is committed. Done. Now if you check this, you can open it, see it does exist, and it is the same thing which was open here. So I'll reload it, it should load. Okay, the name is given the same, so no problem. See, the URL is always your username and then your repo. So the repo name is this only, so no problem. So finally you can say that the UI project is also done. Now let's start the deployment. For deployment you will have to go to website hosting. So this thing, I'll do one thing, I'll close everything else if you don't mind. Yeah, except Hostinger, or let me open it again. Okay, now what is to be done here is a detailed video about it. Let me show you how long it is. It is 3 hours 40 minutes. What is with me and 4 hours? Normally all my videos are 4 hours. Okay, now reset everything. So I'll go to, I have already done this. I've gone to manage the domain. I did not go to domain and delete everything, but you can do that as well. And then the operating system, I reinstalled the operating system. So this is how you delete everything on your VPS. So let me go here. This is my VPS. So hostinger.com. I'll log in. Yeah, so in the domain also I'll go and I'll delete my domains. So normally you have one CNAME which is shirasao.com, which is correct. Then these A are not there, so normally you won't get them. I am deleting them. Then you will get 12 CAA records, and then this last record will be something like this. Yeah, why don't I reset the DNS records? That will be easy now. Reset the DNS records. Okay, great. It will happen, don't worry. So that will be great then. Then let's start afresh. Also, you go to VPS manage, you go to OS panel, operating system, scroll down and say reinstall the operating system. That I've already done. Now let us create the main domain. So for that, when you go to the domains, you see one CNAME, 12 CAA records, and one A record, and this A record has this IP. This is not the IP of my VPS, so I have to modify it and make it the IP of my VPS. Okay, so they are resetted. See, this is the A record, so I'll go here, I'll edit. I need the IP of my VPS. Okay, so IP I'll get from here, so I can copy it like this. So I'll go to Hostinger. Here you will see this is the IP of my VPS. I'm copying this, I'll paste it over here. Okay, and yeah, this thing also I have to upgrade it to, I think, 60. Also change the TTL port to 60. Okay, great. I have given you every single step, and I'm verifying once again in front of you so that if anything is left out, I can correct it. Okay, this is done. So your main domain is changed. Now let us get to the subdomain. Here again, go to domain manage. I'm already there. DNS name server, DNS record. Yeah, I'm already there. Scroll down. So purposely I'm giving you all these screenshots again, so that if you forget how to get there, then this is how you get there. Now it should have one CNAME record with your main domain, that is shirasao.com. One A record each for all the subdomains must be there, so I don't have any subdomain at the moment. And several CAA records. Now don't worry about them. Several means 12 actually. And then you have this one A record for the main domain here. It was like this earlier, and then you changed it to this. Okay. Now what you do is, over here you're going to add a subdomain. So while adding it, it should be a A record. For subdomain, you add a A record. Here you say whatever subdomain you want. So in our case, it will be EMS and EMS-API. So these two subdomains will require. And then you should point to again the IP address of your VPS. And this TTL port, it gives this port. So by default, it gives this port. You keep it the way it is. And you add a record, then it starts showing up over here. Done. So this is how you add a subdomain. So let me add it. I'll go over here at the top. I'll see here add name is EMS, points to the same IP address. TTL I'll keep the way it is, add it. So it says already there is one A record like this with the name @ and pointing to this IP address, and this is 60. So this is the first A record that we just edited, right? And then this is the next A record that we are creating. Okay, now another one. So this one has already come. Now I'm adding EMS-API, and let me add this one also. Once again, it is saying that these two already exist. These two are the A records which already exist. Do you want to create a new A record? I'll say yes. So both the DNS records are showing up over here. So it is done. Our work is done here. So this is also done. So till now, main domain is there, subdomain is also there. Now let us make sites. So for sites, go to home, you will see VPS here, click manage. Then here you can open the management panel. So this is the UI way of managing your VPS, and for terminal way of managing, you'll have to click this button, by the way, browse terminal. So we'll do the UI way, and then you'll have to enter a username and password. If you don't remember your username and password, you can reset it at any number of times from here. Okay, you can reset your password any number of times. Your username is admin, so use that admin, and you can reset the password any number of times. Okay, then you use that, you log in, you get these two tabs. So the breadcrumb has these two items, but there is a bug in Cloud Panel that this does not show as highlighted. You are on sites only by default. See, you're seeing sites, you're not on the dashboard, but still that sites does not show as active. But that is a bug, neglect that bug. So you go to sites, you add a site. So some sites were already there. When you add it, then you can add it as a HTML, static HTML site if it is a UI kind of a project, or Node.js site if it is a service only project. And then give a subdomain, give the subdomain that you just created, and then automatically the username and password get generated. You can generate it again if you want, or you can change the password, you can change the name also if you want, and then finally you say create, so that that site gets created. So the site name is this, tutorials.shirasao.com. so people will be accessing it like this, https://tutorials.shirasao.com. okay, so your site is created. Now for editing or managing that site, either you click over here or you click on this manage button. Then here you see settings, the first tab. So here you will see this is the deployment path of my website. So here it is tutorials.shirasao.com. within htdocs, within this is my user, and home is just for whichever user, whichever. So home is home, within home I go to the user, whichever user it was. So see, this is my domain name. Where did I see the user? Yeah, this is the user, right? Shirasao-tutorials. So in Linux you have a home folder, inside that you will have every user's folder. So here my user is Shirasao-tutorials, and inside that htdocs, and then the deployment folder, okay, which is the actual site name, which is tutorials.shirasao.com. so while creating the user, it just reverses the letters or words. So here it is tutorials.shirasao.com. now it makes shirasao-tutorials. okay, so that is my deployment folder, and yeah, always remember that this port has to be 3000. so if you are creating, now here I created a site which was a UI kind of a site, but for Node.js kind of a site, you will be giving a port number, and that port number has to be the same port number on which you have mentioned in your index.js file. So here you have given a port number, right? This port number only you have to give over here. Chalo, then you go to SSL or TSSL, whether it is UI site or service site, the process is the same. You go over here and you say actions, and new let's encrypt certificate. So this you have to click automatically. That's say click this thing, then that certificate will get installed. That's it, and then you'll be able to see this particular website without any problem. So this is creation of sites. So I'll do it in front of you. We go to the home page. On the home page means whenever you go hostinger.com and log in, then this is the home page, or you click on this logo, this is the home page. So on the home page you can either manage the domain, which we already did earlier. We are not going to do it now. In VPS you can manage the VPS also. This is the VPS's IP address, and this is the host name of your VPS, SRV672964. This is my host name of my VPS. okay, now I go to manage. I go to, now here cloud panel is the UI way of managing it, and terminal is the terminal way of managing it. So I'll go to cloud panel, manage panel. I can reset the password if I want, if I forget, but I remember my password. Now here quite ironically, SSL certificate is not there in cloud panel itself. So cloud panel is very poorly designed. As I told you, site and dashboard, they don't have the active breadcrumb class applied, and here also you have to actually go and say proceed, although it is unsafe. So it is an HTTP site, or SSL certificate is not there, and that's why secure socket layer certificate is not there. So that's why this error. So don't worry, that is cloud panel's problem, it's not your problem. The password, there is no site at the moment. I'll create one. So first I'll create the Node.js site for my service, which is ems-api.shirasao.com. Here the port is 3000. Yeah, it's the same port which I have given over here. Very good. User is created by reversing this thing, so it is Shirasao-ems API. Password I can change if I want. I am not changing it. I'll go next. So purposely I am repeating it again, so that if you missed it the first time, you'll get it now. Site has been created. You can either click here or you can click on manage to get inside it. In the settings, you just verify that the port is correct. Yeah, you can, oh yeah, of course, by the way, if you want to delete the site, then this is where it is. So in settings, go at the bottom, you see delete site. Now here you go to SSL or TLS action, new let's encrypt certificate. You can check the domain. Yeah, it is correct. Install. It is installed. Thank God there is water besides me. I always forget to take water. Thank God, with God's blessings, I have that water just besides me, so I can talk for longer, and my voice is still okay. So this is done for this website. I'll create another website. This time it will be a UI website, static HTML website, and let me call it as ems.shirasao.com. There you go. That website also got created. So this one is a Node.js website. This one is a static HTML website. Okay. Now for static HTML website, I have to install the SSL certificate. And it got installed. Now I will check both these sites. So let me see the UI site. Yeah, it has hello world, great. And let me see the other side, which is this one, the API. Now it is saying bad gateway. So don't worry, I told you earlier that the last step is about that only. The last step is about fixing the bad gateway error. Okay, so you see this, you need to set up the nginx config for this. So that is the reverse proxy server, and it's by Apache company, by the way. And then you check your nginx logs if it is still not working, and you can check your services log, means whatever server you have built, express.js server. So these are those logs. And then finally you'll come to know that, see, in the logs only you'll come to know that it is saying that MongoDB cannot be seen, MongoDB Atlas cluster could not be connected. So that means you haven't whitelisted. It will even use the word whitelist. Have you whitelisted the IP? It probably gives it somewhere. You are trying to access a database from an IP which isn't whitelisted. So that should tell you that you should be whitelisting your VPSS IP address in MongoDB Atlas. Okay. Hey, we'll do one thing. I can do this right away. I think this step should be earlier. So which step is this? Fixing bad gateway error. I'll change my tutorial a little. I'll keep it at the top only after site creation. Move this step after site creation step. Okay. Chalo, I'll do that. By the time you get this tutorial, na, I'll implement all these changes. Chalo, next. Let us implement this. So what we are going to do is bad gateway error means that the website server like nginx acting as a proxy server, proxy or gateway received an invalid response from the upstream server. Upstream server means your Express.js server. Okay, means it is an error coming from your Express.js application. Yeah, Express spelling is correct. Okay. Hmm. Okay, so the Express.js applications log may have the root cause. Okay, done. So this is done. Now you first of all set up this nginx config. So if your postman is showing an error like this, yeah, postman will also show you this error. What is the error? That alert unrecognized name. I'll show you that. Wait a minute. So if I see get employees in the local host, okay, my service is not running only now. Hey, wait a minute. Uh, all this is okay. This config file is also okay, but actually there is nothing to display at the moment, and that's why that step is at the last, because we haven't set up Jenkins, it hasn't deployed anything, so my deployment folder is literally blank, so it is not going to show you anything. Okay, so this has to stay at the end only. I cannot pull it. Yeah, this cannot be done, but spelling mistake can be corrected. Okay, spelling mistake can be corrected, but this has to stay over here. So after site creation, what do? We have to first of all install, first of all identify where the terminal is. So I told you, after logging in, you go to manage VPS, then this is how you open the terminal. Okay, it should open like this. So let me open it. This is the terminal. It opened. After that, what do? You install curl. Using curl you install nvm, and using nvm you install node. Okay, then you install jdk, which is used for Jenkins. Then you install Jenkins, and then you open the Jenkins port. You open the server port 3000 also. Jenkins usually runs on 8080 port, so you open it for the HTTP traffic incoming as well as outgoing, and same thing you have to do for port 3000. After that, Jenkins setup. So for the first time, run the Jenkins, set it up, then keep Jenkins in always on mode. So you have to create a service, and you have to keep it running all the time, and change the Jenkins time zone, add an agent to Jenkins, add a Node.js plugin to it, add a Node.js tool to it, GitHub account, create PAD, that is personal access tokens, with due to which your using which your Jenkins can clone any repo that you decide. And while creating PAT, it asks you this PAT should work for which all repos. Okay, so Jenkins will be able to clone those repos after that. So you have to give that PAT into Jenkins. You have to, that's a password, you give it to Jenkins. Then GitHub repo webhook. So create a webhook in every repo which you want, that its pipeline should get triggered every time you push any code to a certain branch, like let us say master branch, then that pipeline should be triggered. So for that you need to create a webhook, and you have to go and have projects Jenkins file, create the Jenkins pipeline. Project Jenkins file we already have. Create Jenkins pipeline, yeah, this I have to do in Jenkins, and then test the webhook. So do a dummy commit and it should trigger the build, and then we'll check this bad gateway error. Okay, so let me start from the basics. What is curl? So on Linux there is something called as advanced packaging tool, or advanced package tool, APT. It is used to install every package, upgrade it, delete it. It's a package manager kind of a thing on Linux. uh, if you say that only Linux does it, no, everybody does it. On your phone you have something called as Play Store. On Apple phone also they have App Store. On Microsoft you have that Microsoft apps, or whatever it is called, this thing, what is this called, Microsoft Store, I believe. So whatever it is, all these are what, these are package managers. So Linux also has a package manager by default. So you can install stuff from there, but normally people love another package manager, or packaging tool or package tool called as curl. So let me install that. And nvm comes through curl only, so that's the right, I mean, most people told me that this is how you should do it, so I'll do it that way. I'll go to the hosting a terminal, I'll just check install curl, done. So by the way, this is my tilde means my users folder. What is my user? My user is root user, and this is the host name of my VPS, that is SRV whatever, that is the host name of my VPS. So this user at the rate my VPS's host name, colon is like on a Windows machine you have prompt. So here you have colon and then whichever folder, and then you give hash. So instead of greater than symbol in Windows, in Linux you have hash. And even in Windows also it will show you that which user at the rate which server it is, and then colon and which folder you're in. But if you open it on your local machine, then it will directly show you the folder in which you are in, and followed by greater than symbol. Okay, chalo, this is done. Here I have just downloaded, I have installed curl. Tilde means my current users folder, which is root folder. So let me show you what folder it is. I'll do cd dot dot. So this is the root folder. Slash means this is the root folder, and there is nothing beyond this, there is nothing before this. Here if I say ls means show a list of all the content. Here you will see a root folder. Okay, root means root users folder. So here I am. So if I say cd root, you will see again the prompt is similar. The prompt is tilde. That means I am in this folder. And if I have to go to any user specific folder, means whenever you create a website, it creates a user for you, right? So when you create a website ems.shirasao.com, it creates a user saying shirasao-ems. So that users folder is created in home folder. All the users will have their folders in home folder. So let me show that also. Cd dot dot, I'll say cd home ls. So these are all the users created so far. Shirasao EMS and Shirasao EMS API. Okay, so these are the two sites that I created. Accordingly, it created these users. In those users only, if you go, like let us say ems-shirasao, I gave a wrong name, Shirasao EMS, my bad. Now here you will see that htdocs, so I'll go here, and inside that you will see this folder of your website, which is your deployment folder. Okay, so whatever you keep inside this, that will be displayed. So if you want to see this file, I'll say cat and the file name index.html. So you see here there is hello world, and that's why you see hello world when you go to ems.shirasao.com. Okay, now same is not true with ems-api, and that's why you're not able to see anything. And anyways, your nginx configuration is also not in place. That's also the reason why you get that gateway failure error. So I'll show that to you. Cd dot dot, cd dot dot, or I'll just go cd. So it goes to home, then cd dot dot, it goes to root folder. I'll say cd home, I'll say which user I want, Shirasao EMS API. Okay, cd Shirasao EMS API. Here also there will be htdocs, so cd htdocs. Then here that website name, so cd that website name, EMS API. here there is nothing, and that's the reason why I won't see anything even if I fix that nginx config thing and I stop getting that gateway error. Still I won't see anything. Okay, so now what? Now install curl. uh, so what to do, or let me show that also to you. So even if I do that thing, then I should see a different error. Then this bad gateway error should go away. So let me go here, let me do this thing first. nginx config, if you have a node.js website, then you'll be seeing this kind of an error. Now create the nginx config file for this website. uh, so for doing it, open the terminal and open this file. So basically, if I'm saying nano something, nano is an editor, just like cat is an editor, nano is also editor, vim is also an editor. Editor means it is used to edit any file, and then you give the file name. If that file doesn't exist, then it creates that file and it opens it in that editor. Then you will see something like paste that content in the editor, and then uh, you copy this content, so you paste it there, and then you can come out of it by clicking these buttons. And also I'll show that to you. I'll go over here, I'll just say sudo this. So okay, this has come. Now what does it say after that? Then you copy this part and you do Control X Y enter to save it. So paste it like a plain text, Control X to exit. Do you want to save? Yes, Y, and then enter. Okay, now if you still want to see it once again, you can run the same command again, it will open with that content. Where am I going? Yeah. Now remove this link, add that link again, test the syntax, restart nginx, and that problem should go away. So let me show that to you. D-link, link it, test it, so it should show success. See, it is saying that test is successful, syntax is okay. Then you say restart the nginx, restart the nginx. Now if I go to that website amsapi.shirasao.com, oh, I'm still seeing this. Yeah, sometimes you get that because the cache is not clear. So I don't want to lose that login, so I'll open this another browser, which is Brave. I'll go to advanced, delete everything, it's clear. This Brave has so many options now, it really is frustrating many a time. See, I have to select all of them all over again. Brave browser is pathetic in this way. I use Brave browser only to see YouTube videos without any ads. That's the only use. Otherwise, it's a very pathetically built. And this guy, this Brave browser was built by whom? It was built by that Ehrlich guy, I think, who designed JavaScript. So the inventor of JavaScript, that guy made this, and such a shitty job he did. This Leo, I didn't like it so much. Okay, now let me see that here. But yeah, it blocks all the ads. Okay, it is still there. I don't know what to do now. So that's why that step has to be at the end only. Then only it will be good. Okay, let me reload everything so that the steps are minimized. So we were at curl. So did we install curl? No, let me install curl first. So I'll do one thing. If I just do cd without giving anything else, I go back to the uh, root folder, means the folder of whichever user I logged in with. Okay, I'll say clear. Clear. It is the equivalent of cls in Windows, and here I'll give that command for curl. Say copy, paste. Yeah, done. Now I'll restart the terminal, and then only you can see the curl version. Let me check. Otherwise it will say that curl is an undefined. Okay, I got the version, so no problem. Okay, otherwise normally you should restart the terminal, then only version will be, or that command will be identified. Now I'll try to install nvm. I should see something like this. It should keep on installing, and then finally it should say that it is installed. So let us see that. Yeah, so it is cloning, it is installing. Fine, it is installed. Chalo. Next, nvm version. Let me check whether it is there. Command is not found, so don't worry, just restart that terminal and you should be able to get the command. Again, go to Hostinger, login, VPS manage, browse terminal, check the command. Now you are able to see that. That's why I've written here that restart the terminal. Okay, done. Now install node. nvm can be asked to install node. Okay, it will install. I'm not waiting for it. Yeah, done. Chalo. Now version. This version command is given just to check whether npm is now node is now recognized command. Yeah. Similarly, npm automatically gets installed, so I'll copy this. I'll check. Yeah. Then install JDK, that is Java Development Kit version 17. I'll copy this. This is needed by Jenkins. You'll say yes. Chalo, with God's grace, I have water besides me. Okay, so Java is also installed, means Java Development Kit. See, I've given all the screenshots here. You have to say yes, then you'll see all these things. Great. Then Java version, let me check. Yeah, it is JDK 17. Very good. Now you can install Jenkins. So you just download the var file. I have downloaded it here itself in my root users folder. Okay. Now if you check the contents of the folder, you should be able to see that file. Yeah, it is there. Now if you now that is done. Now open the Jenkins port. So sudo, this is uncomplicated firewall. So this is the firewall that Ubuntu Linux uses. So I'm asking the firewall to kindly allow HTTP traffic, incoming traffic on port 8080 of the type TCP. And here outgoing traffic is also allowed. So I'm just adding one more word, out. And then I'm seeing I'm enabling these new rules, and then I'm seeing the status, so which all rules are active. So I should be able to see that 8080 TCP traffic incoming should be allowed, and I'll see it here also for IPv6. This is for IPv4 version 4. Again, outgoing traffic, so here allow out, allow out, that is also there for IPv4 and IPv6. Okay, let's do all that. So I'll just say sudo uncomplicated firewall allow 8080 TCP. I'll say allow out 8080 TCP, then sudo enable. Yeah, go ahead, done. And sudo means super user do. So if you have to run some command in the admin mode, then you prepend that command by sudo. Chalo, so I see this uh, incoming traffic on 8080 of TCP type, IPv4, incoming traffic on this port TCP type, okay, and this is outgoing traffic for IPv4, IPv6. Similarly, now if I go next, it says open the server's port also. So just like that, you do it for port 3000 as well. I'll do that. Up arrow means previous command that I executed. So I'll go up, I'll say 3000. Then I'll just make it out. Then I'll say sudo ufw enable. Yeah, yes, sudo ufw status. Okay, now I'm able to see 3000 also listed similarly. Okay, chalo, done. So now Jenkins setup. So you have to see, you see that var file, right? It's right over here, this Jenkins var file. So let's execute it for the very first time. So this is how you start Jenkins. You will always be executing this command. Okay, so we are asking Java to run a jar file of the name jenkins.war. It's a jar file only, but the name is war. Okay, so here when it runs, it gives you a password. You just copy this. The password is also saved in this file. Okay, so this is done. Now, okay, copy that password, keep the terminal window open, and open Jenkins in any type of the browser. So this, you just aha. So just go to this URL, which is your I've given there. You just go to that URL. You just go to this URL saying uh, your VPS IP followed by a colon 8080. So I've, in the hyperlink, I've given the uh, my VPS IP. So it opens directly for me, but for you, it won't open like that. And you give that password, whichever you just copied. Okay, now it will install various plugins. So you say install suggested plugins. It will take a while, and till that time, what I'll do is I'll note one thing, that this IP address. Okay, so in this step, in Jenkins initial setup step, IP address hyperlink should be target blank, so that it opens in another tab. Chalo. So you will see this, they'll get installed like this, and finally you will see this page. Okay, so you're able to see this page. What you do here is give your username, which is like this. Some password, your full name, and just say save and continue. You will see that this is my Jenkins URL, so I can bookmark it if I want. I'll say finish. Start Jenkins. So when you start it for the very first time, this is the screen that you'll see. Okay, Jenkins is ready. Now you can bookmark it if you want. Now this one also, it does not open. Okay, here also. Okay, so I'll just copy it. I'll make a note of it. Chalo, done. So here also that target blank should be there so that it opens in the next tab. Now keep Jenkins always on. So for this you just run these commands. So you're basically just deleting all the log entries. So I'll first close this. I'll stop this, Control C. So now if you reload it, it is not working now, so Jenkins has stopped. So for running Jenkins you have to do java -jar and jenkins.war. Okay, now here let me first clear all the journal files. Okay, vacuuming is done. Then you create a service file. So you create a service file called as jenkins.service. You're writing here unit service install. So basically what you're going to do is uh, execute start. So what are you doing? You're saying java with its fully qualified name, which is in the user bin java. You said -jar, and basically you're just saying the same thing again, that jenkins.war. So you're giving the same command and you run it on 8080. So you always run this command whenever this service is executions, when the execution of this service starts, then you run this command. Okay, and you always keep this service running. So you copy this, you paste it. Okay, so now what happened, one jenkins.service file got created at this location. Okay, if you want to verify the file, again run the same command. So here cat command means cat and username means show that cat and file name means show that file. And when you say greater than symbol, then it means write something to that file. Then what to write, whatever is in between lesser than EOF and EOF, that thing you have to write in that file. So if you want to check whether it wrote correctly, you can once again check it. So yes, it wrote the things correctly. Okay, now to enable the Jenkins service which we just created, it means it will be running, it will be run every time the VPS reboots. So whenever the machine restarts, this service should be starting. So that is called as enabling that service. Okay, I am copying this, pasting it. Okay, so now a system link got created, which basically means that this will be added to the startup routine of your VPS. And now start the Jenkins service for the very first time. Okay, this is called as starting the service or running the service. and this is called as enabling it. Enabling it means adding it to the startup routine. Okay, so I'll start the service now. Okay, it is running now. So now if you check the status of the service, it is saying that it is enabled, preset is also enabled, and it is active, means it is running, means it has started. Active, running, started, all these means the same thing, and enabled means you are adding it to the system's startup routine. That means whenever system will restart, this service will start, means you are linking it, that adding that link and everything. Chalo, anyways, I have given those details also. Now you are still inside that file, inside that command. Prompt has not appeared, right? So how do you get back your prompt? Just say Control C. You see the prompt again. Here also I have said that Control C to come out of that command. Now, if this process fails at this stage, then reload system daemon and repeat from the beginning. This is how you reload the system daemon. Okay, it did not fail for us, so we won't do it, but I'm still giving you these commands also. And then after debugging why your Jenkins service is not working, check so to debug why your Jenkins service is not working, you can check the logs. So this is how you check the logs. Here in uh, this operating system, Linux, Ubuntu Linux, logs are called as journal. Okay, so we don't require it, I'm leaving it. Now that it must be running, Jenkins must be running, and Jenkins must be running all the time now. Okay, it will always be running because it is added to that service which is asked to be running all the time. Okay, now here what do we do? You change the time zone. So go to your user settings, scroll down, you go to time zone, change it to IST. Okay, so I'll go to the user settings, scroll down. Here if you check for India, you will get a lot of time zones, but these are not Indian time zones. For Indian time zone you have to search for IST. Okay, you get it here. This is the Indian time zone. All the big countries must be having this problem. Okay, chalo. Then time zone is done. Now add a Jenkins agent. So you go to manage Jenkins. Here you will already be seeing these error messages. So the first error message is about agent setup only, that you haven't set up the agent. Just click that button, name it something, call it the permanent agent and create it. Then make a directory for that agent to work. So make that directory, and you can see that directory if you want, and you copy this. So here I have seen with ls I have seen whether the directory is created properly. So when you say p means even if it doesn't exist, create it. And like if Jenkins, actually Jenkins folder only did not exist, so it created that first, then it created agents inside it, and then primary agent inside it. So if anything doesn't exist, then please create it. So that means p. Mkdir means make directory, means create directory. Then you give the path of the directory to the agent that you are creating, and then that agent can be saved. So that agent gets created now, see, primary agent. So this is all. So let me just do that. I'll go to manage Jenkins. I'll see all these errors. I'll go over here. I'll create some agent. I'll say it's the permanent agent. I'll say create. Okay, here I have to give the path of the remote directory. So I'll create that first, mkdirp this. Okay, and then this path I have to give. So the path will be root / that path. If you don't remember this, then I have given that also over here. You can copy it. I've given it to you. You can copy it also. You can copy it like this and you can paste that thing. Okay, save it. So that is your primary agent. So we are done with this step. I'm closing this step. Next is Node.js plugin. So once again, go to manage Jenkins plugins. Here you go for available set plugins, search for Node, then you check Node.js, install it. Then it gets installed in a while, and after that, you will have to, it will restart. You will have to log in again. Okay. And then when you go back to plugins and installed plugins, this time not available plugins, installed plugins, and you search for Node, then it should be having 100% health and it should be in the enabled state. Okay, so that thing I'll try to do now. Manage Jenkins, scroll down, plugins, available plugins, Node, Node.js, install. I'll check this so that it restarts automatically. Now I have noticed that even if it installs it, it still it gets blocked somewhere and it does not go past this. So what you should do is you should just log off once. Chalo, you click anywhere, so then then it refreshes the page. Then it says that okay, Jenkins is restarting. Okay, if it does not restart, just reload the page again. It has restarted in the background, just that UI screen does not refresh. Okay, here you log in. So the tip is that if your screen seems to be frozen, just reload the screen. That is very much an issue with Jenkins. Many a times the build is also triggered in the background, but it is not visible. Just reload the screen. That's the problem with Jenkins. Now if you go to plugins again, then that plugin is installed. So in installed plugins, if you search for Node, then this Node.js plugin has 100% health and it is enabled. Now you go for Node.js tool. Again, go to manage Jenkins tools, and here you scroll down. At the very bottom you will see add Node.js. Here you select the version whichever is the latest. So at that time the latest version was 24.7, and that's why the entire tutorial is made with that version, and that's why in my Jenkins files also I am using that version. But today if you see, the version is 24.8. so whatever version it is, you select that. And here name is a custom name. I can give anything, but I keep forgetting names, so I give the name as the version. So I give exactly the same name. Then okay, you can choose this also. So yeah, I'll choose the latest whichever is available. And this 72 means npm will upgrade or update your packages every 72 hours. You can keep it as long as you want. So 72 is good enough. Actually, very recently what has happened is installing many npm packages also led to a security incident, and it gained a lot of bad name for npm. That how can bad and malicious, or you can say virus prone, or actually those packages themselves were virus. So how can you have virus packages on your npm, that is node package manager? uh, so that's why it's recommended, but the window of attack was very small, and it was recommended that never install the latest version of any package. So the patch version of the packages keep on upgrading very quickly. So do not, never stay on the cutting edge, because you don't know what that cutting edge is, right? So no one has tested, no one has used them. So always keep at least 72 hours gap. If there is a virus attack also, that will happen for those users who have installed the cutting edge version, and they will report something and immediately npm will take action. 72 hours is a big window. During this period, Jenkins will definitely either quarantine that package, or automatically uninstall it from your systems, do something about it if that package is bad. So always keep the window as big as possible, so that the package manager also gets some window to act upon malicious packages. So keep it 72 at least. Then you say save. ठीक है, चलो, let us do this. I'll go to manage Jenkins, I'll go to tools, I'll go to the very bottom, Node.js, I'll select the version. See, the latest version is 24.8. So then I'm going to name this as 24.8.0, and this is exactly the name that I have used in my Jenkins files. So in my Jenkins files, this is the name that I have used, both for my UI project as well as for my service project. Okay, and purposely I gave exactly the same name. Okay, let me check that also. I gave exactly the same name so that I don't forget. An easier name would have been my Node.js version, something that would be, or my Node.js tool. Okay, done. Now what? This is also done. Now create a GitHub PAT. PAT is personal access token. So you go to your GitHub user settings. This is not a repository level setting, this is the user level setting. And there, what do you do? Here you go to the very bottom and you will see developer settings. Here you will see personal access token. Select the first option, that is fine grained token. Say generate the new token, and give a proper name, whatever you want. You will have to give this name in Jenkins also, so remember this name. And then no, wait a minute, you don't have to give this name, you have to give the password that is generated. So this name you give whatever you like. Then you scroll down. That PAT personal access token should give access to which all repos, you can select that. So I'll say only select these repositories. Only these repositories should be given access to by using that token. You can create different tokens also for different repos or different groups of repos. You can do whatever you like, or you can make one ring for all. So one PAT you can create for all the repos also, or all public repos. You can do whatever you like, or you can individually select the repos. And then you scroll down here, permissions are given, so you can select which permissions to add. So there should be two permissions. One is content, which is read only, and metadata is, see, when you select content, automatically it adds one more permission, which is metadata. So if you can read the content, you should also be able to read the metadata, right? And in both the places you give read only access. This is mandatory because if you can read the content, you have to read the metadata. Metadata means which commit it is, which user did it at what time, that is called metadata. And content means actual your file content, whatever files you have checked in your Git repo. Generate the token. This popover will come, which will summarize whatever you have done. Okay, and you say, yeah, generate the token. Now here, this is what you should copy, and you will never see the screen again. Okay, so you have to copy it right away. Make sure that you copy this, as you will never be able to see the screen again. So if you don't copy it now, then you will have to regenerate the token. So instead of generate new token, you can say regenerate the token. You click on this, you go inside it, you say regenerate the token. Then you'll get another password, and this password is actually token, that is your personal access token. Okay, and this token is going to be copied and pasted into Jenkins credentials, and then Jenkins will give personal access to your Git repos using this token. Okay, chalo, this is all. So let us create a GitHub personal access token. GitHub, it's a user level setting. Go to the very bottom. Here you will see developer settings, and here you will go to the last option, that is personal access tokens. Select the first option in it, which is fine grained tokens, and I already have a pat. I'll do one thing. See, I cannot copy the content. If I get into that, oh yeah, I'll have to verify once. So I must have got an email. Yeah, I got it. I'll put the numbers in. Yeah. So when I open that, now I cannot see the token, means that password. I'll have to regenerate the token. Okay, I'll have to select, okay, what is the expiration date? I'll say no expiration, regenerate the token, and then I'll see this again, and this is what I can copy. Okay, chalo, then this is done. But I'll do one thing, I'll delete this token if you want, and let me start afresh. So I'll delete the token, I'll start afresh. So personal access token, fine grained token, I'll say generate a new token. I'll give a proper name, let me say GitHub pat. Or you can name it like, okay, this GitHub pat is for EMS and EMS API, something like that. And description also you can give in great detail. Who will be accessing it? Okay, so you can, this is my username, which is my GitHub username. So whatever is done using that token, it will be considered that I am doing it. Okay. Expiration, I'll say no, it should not expire. And then I'll say all the public repos, yeah, all the public repos, no problem. Otherwise I can select certain repos, like I can select EMS and EMS-API. So these two repos, and that's why this token is created with the name EMS. Okay, so only these two. Permissions, I'll say, content. So when you add the content, automatically metadata also got added, and both of them can have read only. Great. Generate the token. Great. Generate the token. Okay, the token got generated. I'll copy this, I'll paste it somewhere safe, like here. Okay, I'll have to give this in Jenkins. Okay, done. Now I can close this. Now pat is done. Now GitHub repo workbook. So go to your repository, whichever it is, and webhooks are GitHub's way of alerting other services like Jenkins in our case, whenever a certain Git event happens, like push event in our case, on a certain Git repository like tutorials.shirasao.com in our case. Okay. Okay, so go to settings, means within that repo, go to settings, webhooks, and add webhook. Then you copy the Jenkins URL, you paste it here, so that Jenkins URL is not secure, right? So it is HTTP and not HTTPS. So HTTP URL is copied, and you prepend, you write after that GitHub dash webhook. It should be webhook and not webhooks, and that trailing slash should be there. If you don't do it, then it won't work. So remember everything, and that's why I must have given it for you to copy, I believe. Didn't I give it to copy? Okay, but see, read this carefully and do it. I did not give you the option to copy, but slash GitHub dash webhook slash. Okay, and then what? Then then you select whether only push events should be captured, and then you say add a webhook. The webhook gets created. Now you don't see a tick over here at the moment, so you just reload the page, you will start seeing that tick. That means our webhook is working correctly. Okay, chalo, I just closed it here. So GitHub, I'll go to both the repos one by one. So this is EMS, this is my UI project. So here if I go to settings, I go to webhook, I say add webhook. Now here it was this URL. When you copy and paste it, automatically it takes HTTP and not HTTPS, and then followed by GitHub webhook slash. Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll just you know, allow users to copy this. Allow users to copy this. I'll add it to the tutorial, don't worry. So once this is done, then you say that this should be application or JSON. I hope I highlighted it. Let me check. Did I highlight that point? That's also an important point. Array, I did not highlight it, but please update this. Content type should be application or JSON. Also highlight that content type should be application or JSON. Okay, I'll modify the tutorial accordingly. Chalo. Then what? Then add the webhook. Just the push event. Add the webhook. It got created without a tick. I'll reload it, so it should show the tick. Perfect. Now if you go back to the repos, you will see this repo also, EMS API. Let me go there. Let me go to its settings, webhooks, add webhook. Again the same thing, you just copy and paste. It's the same thing for this one also, no? Then here once again it is application or JSON, and then push event, add webhook. Again it got created. You just have to reload the page to have that tick coming. Yeah, the tick has come. Chalo, so this is done. After that what? And now projects Jenkins file, we already have correct Jenkins files. Then create the Jenkins pipeline. Yeah. So this should be the IP address of your VPS, and remember that you have already set the Jenkins to be running all the time. So just go to this URL. Jenkins will greet you with this page. So already I have done that, and I'm logged in also. Chalo, aage bolo. Now you do new item, then you create a pipeline. Again, normally if you are creating a pipeline for a particular site, then name the pipeline like that website. Like here I'll be naming it as ems.shirasao.com and ems-api.shirasao.com. So these are the two pipelines I'm going to create. Pipelines are common to both of them. There is no difference because all the differentiation we have done in Jenkins file where we are writing the stages. And even there also, and in package.json, the build command is different for both of them. Okay. Yeah, so give the name, say pipeline, okay. Then you say that discard old builds, which means whenever you take the latest from the git, when you clone the git repo, then discard the all the existing content of the folder, so that any extra file is there and it should not affect your code. So if there is any extra file in the previous build, it should not affect your code because it's in the same location, right? So then that should not affect your code. So first flush the contents of your folder, and then you take the clone the git repo in that folder. Then how to trigger it? So the pipeline will be triggered by GitHub webhook, and in the description here or whatever it is, you say that pipeline script from is in SCM. SCM is source control manager. What kind of SCM you will give here? It is Git, and then you start saying this. Then whatever is the Git repositories URL, you copy it and you paste it here, and then It initially fails because your PAT, that is personal access token, is not created in the credentials. So you can create it. So you can say add to Jenkins. So the credential will be in Jenkins. You will see this username, whatever username you want, you keep whatever name you want. And then you copy this personal access token and you paste it over here. So I've already copied it in the notepad. And then this becomes your Jenkins credential. Now in the credentials, you select your Jenkins credential, which is this, and that's it. That error will go away. And then you select the script file path, so it is Jenkins file. And whatever file name it is, if you want J small and a dash between Jenkins and file, then also it's okay, you can do that. Then you give the same name over here and then you save it. So this file, it will be searching in the root folder of your project. Done. So let us do that. That is Jenkins pipeline. Let us create both the Jenkins pipelines. So I'll go to new item, ems.shirasao.com, which is my website. It's a pipeline. Say okay. Discard the old builds. Trigger by webhook. Pipeline definition. Yeah, it is given. The definition of the pipeline means how the pipeline will be. It is given in a script file which is coming from my source control manager. That source control manager is of the type git, and the repo is having the URL. Okay, let me get the URL. So here you see all these things. Go to code. Here you go to this green button. Then you go to local. Then you go to HTTPS. Okay, just copy this. This thing I'll paste it over here. See, Git, the great thing about Git is the URLs are very simple. GitHub.com means the Git provider, your username followed by your repo. Okay, now if it is the HTTPS URL, then here it will just be followed by .git. Okay, so this URL followed by .git, that's it. It even has HTTPS : / everything is the same, just followed by .git. Now credentials, currently you don't have any. You can create one and save it in Jenkins. So this is the credentials provider that you want to use, that is Jenkins. Now you give any username to this. Let us say GitHub pad for this thing, EMS. So actually that's the same name I gave over there, but the names can be different. The one that you gave to your pad in GitHub can be different, and this name can be different. But I usually keep the same names. Why do you want to give different names? Why do you want to remember both the names? The confusion is always fourfold. 2 raised to power 2 possibilities are there. So you know, it's other in normal case the probability of failure is only 50%. Here the probability of failure, if you have two different names to remember, then the probability that you will fail is 25%. I mean, probability of success has reduced to 25%. Okay, so that's why I keep the same names normally. Okay, the password, this is my PAT password. Where is that? Personal access token. I'll copy this, triple click to select the entire line, by the way, paste it, done. Okay, credential created. Now I can use it. I'm using it. The error was already not given, so no problem. Chalo, here I'll say master branch. So whenever in the master branch there is any event, whichever that PAT is telling. So in PAT we have said that push events will be captured. On which branch? Master branch. There also probably we mentioned the branch. I'm not sure. And then you will see that okay, the script is written in Jenkins file. Okay, fine. And then you'll say save. So this time I explained a lot. Now the next pipeline I'll create quickly so that there is no problem. So pipeline is EMS API.shirasao.com. It's a pipeline. Say OK. Discard all builds. GitHub webhook. Pipeline definition is coming from a script which is written in SCM. SCM is of type Git. A repository URL is this. Credentials, same path should work here as well. Now master, then Jenkins file, and then OK. Both the pipelines are created. Now test the webhook. So push any change to the master branch and it should trigger the Jenkins pipeline. So let me check. So this is my UI project. If I make any changes, like for example, I'll delete this line. It's comment anyways. So okay, so it should trigger my UI Jenkins pipeline. See, it is pushing the change. 0 changes to pull, 1 change to push. Okay, done. Now if you check the Jenkins pipeline, see, now you won't see the build running, right? So just refresh the page, reload the page, you will be able to see it running. Okay, something is wrong. I don't know what is wrong, but normally it should run. Yeah, I'm checking the pipeline of EMS API. So let us go to the UI pipeline. See, the UI pipeline is running. So if you go to the UI pipeline, then a build is already triggered. If you go to that build, you will see that it was started by GitHub push by Amit-Shirasao. Amit-Shirasao is the user that I have in Jenkins. It's not a Git. Sorry, I think Amit-Shirasao is also the Jenkins user. Yeah. Sorry, the GitHub user. Okay. So there was a push by this user. That's why it started. Now it ended. So if you want to check, I mean, it gave an error. So if you want to check, this is the pipeline overview. Okay, it failed during the deployment. What was the error? So it said that cannot. Okay, there is no such directory. Dist UI browser. Okay, so what is the build command that you used? Let me check the Jenkins file. Okay, let me come to this debugging later, but you saw that it triggers on its own. Now similarly, if I'm in this this pipeline, then let us see whether this gets triggered automatically upon push. So I'll go and make some change over here. Okay, I'll remove the comment again here also. I'll say that this is a minor commit in which a comment was removed. So now there is 0 change to pull and 1 change to push. And here also you'll see that your local Git repo is 1 commit ahead of your global or cloud Git repo. So you'll sync and they'll come in sync. Okay, now they are in sync. Now let us check. Here you won't see the page reload, but you just reload the page and you will see the build. Okay, so it is also there. Great. Now let us debug everything one by one. So always whenever your debugging starts, you always try to correct the service first and then you correct the UI, because UI is anyways using your service. So if the service doesn't work, then the UI won't work anyways. So you start with the service. Both of them are not working for us, and probably both of them are failing at the build stage only. So let me check the overview. Yeah, here it says IO exception failure. What does it say? Git phase. Okay, wait a minute. Started by a push. Cannot find the remote head itself. Come on, that is a bigger problem actually. Okay, that is a huge problem in that case. Okay, let me go now. If you want to see the detailed log, always go to the console output. So this is the entire output whenever whatever started all this, and you can download this, you can send it to your AI like Gemini, and it can debug and it can tell you what has gone wrong, or you understand it, try to understand what it's saying. So it returned the status code this. So what does it say? Git fetch force. Okay, so what? GitHub push. I think it should have run. So if you want to check this once again, if you think that it should have run, then you go to the pipeline and you say build now. So this is manual way of triggering the build. Is it failing again? Now it is saying started by my user. User means Jenkins user. So here what did it say? The command is okay, fine. Cannot find the remote reference head master. I don't know what is wrong. I'll download this, or you can even copy that code as it is. And or maybe I can download it in downloads folder. I can go to Gemini and ask it what went wrong. You will also be asking to Gemini only, that's why I'm keeping that option open to you, that see, this is what. And here you can say that why is my uh, git repo not accessible. It has something to do with the git the pat, I guess, GitHub pat. Okay, it indicates that the master branch could not be found on the remote repository. Okay, let me check. I work on master branch only, no? Oh, see here, main branch. So I don't know why it is main branch, but if it is main branch, if you don't want to change that branch, then I don't know why I selected main branch. It should be master only. Um, okay, yeah, I got it now. See that git init thing. I think I did manual git init over here, and there in EMS means the UI thing. CLI made this project, so git init was done by CLI. I don't know what has done that, but the branch is different, right? So what you can do is, now you can configure again. You can configure your pipeline. You just change that branch from here. So instead of master, you'll say main. I don't know whether I gave this branch in this thing also, my pat personal access token, but let me check. Okay, let me build it now. Okay, build started. Okay, it is waiting for so long, that means something has happened. Okay, this is great. This is running. Now deleting the project workspace. This is fine. So I told you now that it should first delete the project workspace. So this is due to WS cleanup. So WS cleanup means what? Let us go to this Jenkins file. So here I had said clean workspace, right? So workspace cleanup is going on. Okay, then pipeline says that select gate. Okay, fine. Which commit message is there? Okay, minor comment. Correct. This is the correct commit message. Then everything is happening. All these things are passing only. There is no problem. Even PM2 started properly. So when I said PM2 restart or start, it is working fine. Okay, it is successful. Now let us go to the website and check what I'm getting. It will still fail because my IP address is not whitelisted. So I'll still go here. Yeah, it is failing. Now you debug why it is failing. So this is the last step. So debug now. So first of all, this configuration I have set it up already. Then you say see the check the logs. So if I go to logs, so first of all you clear the logs. So in end of file and end of file I don't write anything, so that means logs are cleared. I'll show you this in practical here. Where is this? Let me go here in the terminal. I'll stop this. I'll say clear. I'll go to this file first, cd whatever it is. Okay, I'll show you where these logs are. ls. So nginx logs are usually kept over here. See, actually na var and then you see logs. In this folder all the logs are there of your system. Now out of them nginx is your reverse proxy, so their logs are kept in a separate folder called as nginx. Everyone keeps their logs in a separate folder only, separate folders. So nginx folder is this. Here you see access error and error log 1. What are these? So access, leave it. Error log 1 is the error log is the latest log that it is logging. The older log, it keeps on renaming it and compressing it, and then it renames it like error log 1, error log 2, error log 3. After a while the latest one, this one, if it will compress, it will become error log 2. Error log 1 is there, it will keep it the way it is. Then this becomes error log 2 or some, I don't remember now, wait a minute. No, it renames and shifts also, like this becomes error log 2 and this becomes error log 1, and then it creates another error log file for putting the latest logs in it. Okay, and all these 1 2 3 4 log files, these are always compressed and this one is uncompressed. Okay, so if you want to check that, then cat error log 1, it has a few logs, right? So what does it say? Connection refused, and connection refused by the upstream client. And why is that the case? Because now let us see the logs of the upstream thing. Okay, so this is nginx log. It says that your express.js server refused the connection. Chalo, so you can clear the logs like this, and then you can run the command again and then check the logs again, then you will see the error. So here what is the error? Connection refused while connecting to the upstream. So here also it's saying the same thing. Now you go and check your PM2 logs, which is your express.js servers log. So PM2 is the I told you now that this runs the certain commands on the development server, deployment server. So deployment server, not development, deployment server. So PM2 will be also logging something. So if you want to see their logs, you don't have to go to the log file. You just type this command and you will be able to see it. Here F means so here less means it will be showing them page by page. If you say F or spacebar, it will move forward one page, and if you say B, then it will move back one page, and if you say quit, then it will stop showing the logs. Okay, so this is very nice, neat thing. So you go over here again on your deployment folder only, and I'll just clear this up. it is basically giving me that connect issue only, connect issue only. See, everywhere it is showing no upstream for connecting to upstream, no live upstreams for connect. And if you want me to clear it, then I'll do that as well. I'll just write here uh, cat and here EOF and followed by EOF. So it will be blank. Now if you check it, it's blank. And okay, now if you go back, you reload it. Okay, so get request is sent. Now if you check it again, it gives you these logs. Okay, what is it? Connection refused while connecting to upstream. Okay, and the server's name is this, name is get request was sent. Okay, fine. This is the IP address that was used, host is this, great, it's the same thing. So your upstream server has refused the connection, means your express.js server has refused the connection. So who is running that express.js server? PM2. So you see the PM2 logs now. So you see the PM2 logs, PM2 logs of this server, and I'm saying less, so show it page by page. So come on, PM2 is not found. Q for quitting. PM2 is not found. I just installed PM2. Oh yeah, I don't know. Okay, so if PM2 is not found, I'll maybe go to that folder where all this installation took place. Where did this Jenkins file execute? In my root, this folder, deployment folder of my website. So let me go to that. So let me say cd, I came to home. Now I'll say cd dot dot, I came here. Now here there is this home, and then my user, then followed by htdocs, and then followed by my website name. So I'll do that, cd home, my user, which is Shirasao dash EMS API. Here you will have htdocs, so cd htdocs, and then cd AMS API. Okay, so here you see, here that PM2 command should be recognized. No. So I'll do one thing, npm install PM2 globally. That was already done, but I'll do it again. Okay, because in Jenkins itself I'm saying that you execute that command. In Jenkins itself I said that you go to the deployment folder, then you say npm install and npm install globally PM2. So it should have been done. Okay, and then the build command also contains this only, and PM2 will be doing it. So PM2 should be a recognized command. So PM2 should be a recognized command. Yeah, it's a recognized command, great. Now I'll say PM2, why don't you get those logs? So logs, how is it to be written? Logs, then this thing, your website name, and then followed by pipe and less. So your website name followed by pipe followed by less. So what is it saying? It is successfully demonized. That's it, nothing else. Okay, so let me give this request again. Nothing is happening. I'll control C to come out of it. Yeah, it is not showing me forward space, nothing is showing. Q for quitting. I don't know why those logs are empty. Change the value to lines option. Okay, I probably copied something wrong, I believe. Control C, K, Q. Okay, trailing last 15 lines of this process, change the value with dash dash lines option. So last 15 lines are blank. Okay, no problem. I'll say uh, dash dash lines. I'll say 50,000 lines you show me, man. Okay, that less thing should be okay. No, so control C. This less thing I'll add later. It's not there. Acha, this less also I'll remove, and everything I'm removing, so show me all the lines. There is nothing. Why is that happening? Because PM2 was not there only, it never got executed, and that is the whole reason. Okay, so PM2 should be executed. I'll run the pipeline again, man. It has to be executed. Build. Okay, PM2 was executed, right? Great. Now if I see the lines, control C. But the thing is about whitelisting of the API only, IP address only. What is the case? Okay, there are no lines, but okay, there should be something, but I don't know why. So there are no lines because I'll tell you what. MongoDB.com, I did not whitelist the IP address of my VPS. So I'll go and do that, and then this problem will get resolved. And that's why I mentioned this as the last step, that whitelisting your VPS in MongoDB Atlas. So go to MongoDB, organization, project, network access, IP access list, and here you add the IP address of your VPS server, and you call it whatever, give any comments and say confirm. That's it. So this completes your tutorial. Okay, I'm in organization, project. I'll go to network access, and here my local machine created by the autoscaler. Fine. Let me create a new IP address for, or whitelist a new IP address. This thing without any HTTP or HTTPS, anything, just the IP address. And you can say this is my VPS IP address, or whatever you want to give. Now you can even temporarily start it, or whitelist it just for 6 hours or whatever hours, but I don't want to do that. I want to keep it active all the time. You can also say allow access from anywhere, so then the IP address that is taken is 0.0.0. so this means allow it from anywhere, but I want this thing, I want it to be allowed only from my VPS. That's it. Chalo, done. Now once this is done, now you check, run the pipeline again. That's the easiest way to do it. Okay, PM2 ran properly, there is no problem. Now let us check this. It is giving something. Yeah, it is getting all the employees. So most of the times the problem is this only, whitelisting of the IP address. But I really wonder why my logs were not coming. Do let me know in the comment section if you know about it. So this is done. Okay, this thing is running. Now let me just check it once with the postman. Get all employees, is it working? Yeah, it is working. So ah, leave it here. So it has Amit, Nitin, Meena, Sudhir. So it's just my family members, 4 people. Great. Now in get employee by ID. Oh yeah, this ID. Let me check. Let's take my dad's ID and let us see if we can get him. Yeah, so we can get an employee with their ID. Then get an employee with a filter criteria. So here, whatever filter criteria if you want to give, uh, fine. So I'll just paste the ID. I'll say here Sudhir Shirasao, and I'll say age was 66 given, and is graduate equal to true. Does this work? Yeah, it works. Suppose if I make a mistake like age, if I make it 77, then what? Acha, so filter means it's an or join. Okay, I didn't know that. I don't know why it didn't work. It should be an and joined only, as far as I know. I change something. So all of us are graduates only. So come on, this is still working. I don't know why. Okay, so filter thing is not working anyways. It is getting it as per the IP. Sorry, as per the ID. Okay, filter thing I really have to check once again. I believe I haven't written something correctly. So in filter, filter, what did I do? Filter as per this. Filter as per name. Didn't we check that in? We can add all of them actually here. ID, name, age, and is graduate is equal to. I'm giving it as I'm giving it as is graduate. Let's call it. Okay, filter should also be working. Ideally, let me commit this. Uh, okay, so once again, due to this, it will get deployed and then it will work. So let me check whether it got deployed. Yeah, it's deploying, going on. Okay, it has passed. So now hopefully, yeah, correct. So if I make it true, come on, come on. See, get employee by the same ID. This is the ID, right? I'm getting the user by filter. I'm giving exactly the same ID. Oh, ID I gave wrong or what? Sudhir Shirasao, age 66 and is graduate. Should this G be small? I don't know what. I don't know why this is not working. But fine. Chalo, leave that filter thing. I'm a little weak in filter. But post call. So let us create another user Let's call the user as, so this is my brother's wife. Let her be created. Yeah, she got created. This is the ID, this is the version. Great. If I go to MongoDB, I should be able to see her. I'll go to MongoDB clusters. I'll browse the collections. Employees. Yeah, there are 5 employees, and the last one should be Garima Nitin Shirasao. Perfect. Okay. 34 years old is graduate equal to true. Great. Now the next thing is, yeah, let me save this. Now the next thing is put call. So let me change somebody's name. Like, let us change my daddy's name. If there's a put call, then I'll have to give all the things. So Sudhir Ramrao Shirasa, okay, his full name, okay, along with the middle name. So 66 or 66.5, I'll say. So does it get implemented? Yeah. Now if I get the same employee, I should be able to see these changes. Sudhir Ramrao Shirasa and age is 66.5. If I say put and sorry, patch, and over here if I give the same ID, I go to the body, I say the age should be 66 only. So age should be 66, not 66.5. Send it. Yeah, it is now 66 only. Let me get the employee by ID. Yeah, great. And then finally delete. So let me delete a certain employee, like let me delete myself. It's a route to delete anyone else. Let me delete myself. I'll copy my ID and I'll give it over here. Yeah, so my employee got deleted. Okay, it is even returning the ID and everything. Okay, so now if I check, instead of 5 it should be showing 4 employees. Apply this filter. 4 employees starting with Nitin, then Meena, my mother, Sudhir, my dad, Garima, my brother's wife. Great. So my user got deleted successfully. Very good. So I think API is well tested. It is working. Now let us check the UI. UI, where is UI? Did I run any pipeline yet? I mean, did I run any run that pipeline yet? Yeah, I ran it, but probably it failed. Why did it fail? Okay, it was saying that running it, okay, it got the git repo at least, then cloning it, okay, it cloned also. So which commit message? Okay, my commit message, fine. Then what? Then it must be giving a lot of other things as well. Finally, what was the error? So no such file or directory. So when you build the project, then this thing gets created. Dist, why dist UI browser slash, really browser. Okay, let me build it locally and check what happens. So here if I build it locally, so I'm control C'ing it, means stopping the execution. I'm writing here npm install npm run build. So it should run this command to build it locally, and locally what is getting created? Come on, wait a minute, let me see what is the build command. Acha, it is pm2 thing na. Array, whatever it is, pm2 or whatever, but array, हाँ, sorry, this is API. I'll close this here. Where is my UI? This is my UI. So in UI, when you say that npm install and npm run build. So what is that build command? Npm run build says ng build. Okay, so let us run that command here. So I'll run that command here, npm run build. So what folders it makes? It should make dist, UI, till there I'm okay, but browser I'm not sure. See, it's building this got created, Angular, then the dist got created. Okay, so in dist, there is no UI, there is directly this folder. Okay, great. So I'll go to Jenkins. Where is this UI? UI is not there. Browser also should not. Yeah, browser is okay. UI should not be there. My mistake. So I'll correct the Jenkins file. I'll correct it in the tutorial also. So I'll mention here a UI Jenkins file has to be correct. Okay, I'll make these changes. So tutorial. I'll commit this also. So I'll say wherever UI is there, I think only here only it is there. So UI from the build path was removed, and this change was done in the Jenkins file. Okay, syncing the changes. So push action is happening. Due to that push, this pipeline must be triggered automatically. Yeah, it got triggered. This X is coming because initial build, the earlier build has failed. That's why this X is coming, but it is still building it. This is not a permanent X. This is still in progress, so it is still building. So let me check the console. Here you will see obtaining Jenkins address, okay, deleting the workspace, okay, wiping is done. Then cloning the git repo is going on. Ding 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 ding. Fine. Cloning. Acha, cloning started here. Then what were you doing here then? Fatal. Yeah, I keep getting this error. I don't know what is it all about. If you know about it, let me know in the comment section. I keep getting this, and it says it's a fatal error or anything, but nothing happens due to it. Okay, so it doesn't affect me adversely, but still I'm telling you. Then cloning happened. Okay, then the commit message is correct. Yeah, so you're at the head is at the right commit message, so it is at the right commit. Then these pipeline stages are getting executed one by one. So npm install, npm warning वगैरह ठीक है, these warnings are always there. Then this my package got installed. ठीक है, चलो npm install is successful. Then what? Yeah, see, wherever you see plus now, that is the command that is being executed from the pipeline. So here npm install happened. After that npm run build is happening. So what it means is it is building the project. Very good, only warnings, no error. And finally, then once again I'll remove all the contents from my htdocs, means which is my deployment folder, and I'm copying all the contents in my dist browser to my deployment folder. So cp cannot start because no such file or directory. Oh, once again it gave me a problem. Root Jenkins, this should be okay. Workspace is also okay. This is also okay. Dist browser, yeah, browser should be there. Okay, now you can check this. You can copy this and you can check it actually in the terminal. So you'll say cd and clear. Okay, you just check whether this folder really exists or not. No such file or folder. Why so? Let me go to that. So at least cd root till here it is definitely there. I know about it. Till here it's definitely there. Copy, copy, copy. Yeah, copy is here. Paste, 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 paste. Where is paste? Yeah, till here it is there. Now inside that what? Do we have dist? Yeah, we have dist. So I'll go to dist. Then inside that what? Directly this here. Array, browser is not there only. Acha, whatever, then I don't mind. So I'll say instead of browser it should be that folder, and let me go to that folder, ems. Okay, here it's the actual. Arey yaar bhai, what is going on here? There is that browser. Arey bapa, I don't know why this has happened, but let me go to cd browser. So this is what we want. Okay, because it has index.html, so whichever folder has index.html, that folder's content has to be copied and pasted into a deployment folder. So deployment folder's content should have index.html file directly at the root level, means at that folder level. So I'll be copying this path, man. I'll be copying this path. Okay, this is what I want. I'll copy this. Where is copy? Yeah, I'll put it in my Jenkins file. From here till here, pasting it. So in root Jenkins workspace, this. Okay, now it should work. Corrected the build path. Okay, so this thing is already added over here. Jenkins file is to be corrected. Build path is wrong. Okay, let us see this now. Did it trigger a build? Yeah, it triggered it. It's a good video. I think you should be able to debug stuff. Don't just copy and paste from me. It's nice. This is how I debug, and yeah, it is successful this time. It's the first pipeline that is successful. Right now, even that website should be accessible. So ems.shirasao.com. Yeah, it shows all the users along with Garima. Now let me add my own user, which is Amit Sudhir. Let's call myself now Amit Sudhir Shirasao. Age is 40. I am graduate, but let me call myself as not a graduate. Okay, I'll save it. Okay, it got added. See, it reloads the page right after adding the new employee, so it got added at the end. So this should be my 5th employee. So let me check that. Instead of 4, it should be now 5 employees: Nitin, Meena, Sudhir, Garima, and Amit. Great. So now let me edit my own employee and call myself as Amit Shirasao. And I am a graduate with God's grace, with God's blessings. Let me check whether it got reflected. Okay, I'll go over here. Yeah, it got reflected. My name got corrected. Graduation level got corrected. Okay, great then. I think that is good enough. Oh, let me remove my employee. Let me check. Yeah, removed. I don't even have a confirmation box. Remove means just remove. Yeah, I could have given a confirmation box. Okay. See, now only 4 employees: Nitin, Meena, Sudhir, and Garima. Great. Okay, so that is your demo. My service is also working and my UI is also working. And this tutorial, I'll make all the corrections which I have noted down. And this tutorial will be available to you on the website tutorials.shirasao.com. I'll leave a link in the video description under study materials tag. Until next time, this is Amit signing off. Jai Shri Ram. Thank you so much for seeing the video till the end. It does mean a lot to me. Could you also please see the video description? It has index, link to the study material, and also if I've shown any products in this video, then the purchase links to those products. The comment section is open for your suggestions and also for your doubts. I always answer to the first 100 comments on every single video. If you want to support my work, here's my QR code or my UPI ID is amit.shirasao@UPI. Until next time, this is Amit signing off. Jai Shri Ram.